No big deal, eh? Get the chance to sing in front of Pink inside Rogers Arena. Victoria Anthony, I mean, we had you on the show when you performed the first time. How many millions of views has that had?
I think it's had over 4 million views on my channel, and then I think, like, way more than that on many different platforms.
A lot of people reposting the moment because, I mean, that is the opportunity of a lifetime. And you're back because you just released a new single that we're about to talk about. But how has life changed since you get a moment like that, knowing that singing is such a passion? It
was amazing. Now I have so much. That moment just gave me so much more confidence, and it gave me so much inspiration that I now channel into my songwriting and into my music.
Yeah, and with your music, brand new single just dropped, what, a couple days ago?
Yeah.
Tell us about the single.
So I have a new song out named Without You, and I wrote it at my brother's baseball game, kind of in mind of thinking of that everyone should have a different way to interpret it and different meanings for it. And for me, it's about my grandma who had breast cancer, and she's okay now, but just how I felt during that time.
Well, that's so candid at such a young age to be writing. Mom is here. Mom, do you have the photo? Because photos really explain the inspiration behind. Here we go. Thanks. Thanks. We totally cut in front of the camera. Sorry, guys, but it's worth it right here. The layering up, the inspiration behind this photo, what was happening?
I told myself I wanted to write a song at my brother's baseball. Well, it happened to be the day where my brother had a baseball game, and I wanted to go check it out. So I brought my notebook, and I got all warm because it's Vancouver, so it's cold. And so I started writing the lyrics.
Yeah, and then you got to go inside the studio and actually record the track. The professional experience of going through that, what did you learn about the intricacies of making a single you could release to the masses?
It's so cool, and it's such an interesting experience because when you listen to songs, you just kind of see the tip of the iceberg. There's so much work that goes into it that you don't really think about. Like, first you go to the studio and you don't like this one part, so you redo it. You go again and again, and a lot of repetition. And then even when you're out of the studio, there's back and forth on the production, on what you want to keep, what you don't like, what you want to add in, and then there's mixing and mastering, and it's a really cool process.
You're 13 in grade 8. How many sports do you play, by the way?
I play basketball and softball.
So you're trying to manage all of this, which is incredible. When you go to school, what's the reaction from the students knowing that you had the Pink moment and now you've released your first official single?
Yeah, the students are great. My friends are really supportive, and my classmates, and everyone's just super nice.
And what do you think about this era now? I mean, we were just joking about Napster before the break with Thor and Russ, but this era now, when you have Spotify and all these platforms, you don't have to release the album right out of the gate. You can just release a single, put it online, and just gain momentum.
Yeah, I think it's a really cool thing. Like Ariana Grande, she has an album coming out this February 8th, and she's released a bunch of singles and then is now releasing an album. I would love to do that if I have time. Obviously, it's hard finding a balance between school, sports, and music, but it's working out pretty well for me at the moment, and I'd love to keep releasing songs.
So for anybody watching that wants to support, where do they find you? Where can they listen to the music?
You can find the music at Spotify or Apple Music or iTunes, and a lot of different streaming platforms. And on my social media, you can find all the links. Vic Anthony Music.
Vic Anthony Music. We'll follow along. Well, listen, congratulations. So great to see you.
Thank you so much for having me.
And hear this new music. And Mom, heads up, you got a couple texts. I think family and friends are watching, so I'll just let you take care of that. We're going to continue with our top news stories. Mary Cranston